Hi everyone, this is Tony Gaming and I'm looking to play Civilization 6. And actually I've played this game, a couple of times, but I haven't advanced, to those, harder stages or going far in the game. So I just wanted to share this journey with you guys. Obviously this is a new page. The map that I usually use, it's the true location of if you get maybe let's say if you're Chinese, you get to study in China, you're an African, you get to study in Africa, but here I decided to choose Pangaea, if I'm pronouncing it right, it's Pangaea. And if my memory recalls me, Pangaea it was the first continent. Actually, it was one continent before. It separated into Europe, Asia, and even Africa. So I decided to use Pangaea. When it comes to the leader, I decided to run with because I didn't want to be specific. I actually don't know, but as I read through those leaders, I saw that every leader has their own pack, but I just want to randomize, not cheat the game.
From the first stirrings of life beneath water to the great beasts of the Stone Age,
And then this
to
was
man taking his first upright steps, you have come far. Now begins your greatest quest. From this early cradle of civilization on towards the
It's
stars.
Queen Timaris.
All people will tremble with fear and respect for you, great warrior Queen Tamiris. For it is from the back of your stallion that you shall look upon and lead the Scythian people. Great epics will be told of the horse warriors that ride forth from the steppe, and at the front line of every battle, they will find you. Ride on, fierce queen, and may your friends be true, just as your enemies falter.
Okay. Yeah, so guys, don't forget to subscribe and like, so help the channel grow. As I mentioned, this channel is new and I want it to grow. So yeah. And actually, I haven't played this game before. I haven't even seen it on YouTube because I've seen a couple of games on YouTube. And when I watch them, I end up not playing them because I feel like I know them. So here we're in the game. I was looking for a place to settle. So I don't know. I was just trying. I'm just trying. With the trying to see what's going on. With the controls, the buttons. Yeah, because I'm new. I don't know this game and I've not seen it anywhere. It's going to be something like trial and error. So yeah, I was also looking for the resources. Trying to see which place is the best. To see. I saw that icon. I thought, why not? Because I think the game recommended that place, and I was also even looking at the salt, the luxury resources there. So yeah. So before I continued, it requested me to choose a research, and I went with animal husbandry because I saw those ivory or those elephants because they produce ivory. So I wanted to build a builder so that they can build a camp around those elephants so that we can produce ivory. And then I decided to take my my warrior just to go scouting for a little bit. So that's what I did with my warrior. Although it's not advisable because in my past game of where I played, the first time I entered this game, I took my my warrior to go and roam around, and then spearmen of those barbarian camps started taking my city. And it was a mess. It was a mess. I couldn't like progress in the game, so it was a bit difficult. So I was not going to take my warrior very far. I just wanted like to get, just a clear vision of like what's going on around me, if there are any players or any city states around me. So yeah, nothing was going on much in the beginning of the game. The only thing I was focused on was, producing a scout so I can scout, the area. To see if like, I have the best ball, what's going on around, the area. So this is me, circling, my warrior, trying to see before, my scout spawns, trying to see what's going on around me.
Reconnaissance units like scouts are unique in that they can gain experience by exploring and discovering parts of the world.
Nothing much is going on,
Our city continues to prosper.
And I just
Already
hope
our
this
people
map is not
thrive
that big,
and our population
I don't wanna,
grows.
make this episode long. I don't want to make this episode long. Let's just hope it's not that long. This map is not that big. Okay. It's the scout there was ready. And I said, why not, take it, for a spin. And I set it to automate, exploration. I wanted it like to explore on its own. Because I didn't want to control it. It was, too much work, switching from this unit to the other unit, this unit to the other unit. So I just wanted to focus, on one unit, which was the warrior. And then that's why I decided to take the warrior back, because I want my city to be attacked, by those barbarians.
Our explorers have spotted another friendly tribal village. I suggest we send a scout to investigate.
So that way I can attend, to those elephants. And after that he can attend, to some salts, deposits. This was where I spotted a tribe.
If there are no dogs in heaven,
but it's nothing,
then when I die,
big in the game.
I want to go where they went.
Camp that we discover. Actually, I don't know about it.
Our civilization has accomplished something historic,
Then, I was done,
worthy of being
with the
celebrated
research
and
of my
remembered for
husband.
generations to come.
And that if,
These
after,
accomplishments
that
help
pack
our
was
civilization
produced,
reach a
that
golden
build was
age.
produced, I was going to, build a camp around the elephants. This is why I decided, to go and investigate what these, tribal villages. Just depends. I got, some extra gold, which was not bad. Yeah. Gold is very important in this game. You can buy cities, but they're very, very expensive. You can trade with other players, for their, luxury resources. So yeah, gold is very important. You can produce units, you can buy them, not produce them, you can buy them. That way, it becomes easy, and I think it's the fastest way, to produce a unit. If maybe let's say I've been attacked.
It was a fantastic landscape, for all around were rocks of the weirdest forms, standing in apparently impossible positions. Some placed on or next to it.
Yeah, I was just waiting for the game, trying to see what's what. This is where now I discovered this natural wonder, the Mount Romania. I don't know how to pronounce that, but yeah. This is where I found the Romaria, and I decided to fortify my soldier there. And then this is where I decided to, why not promote my scout.
It is best to use caution when moving close to enemy units.
And then I was just waiting for the game to load, I said again, you know, the scout.
Enacting new policies in our government can be of great benefit.
It is not wisdom, but authority that makes a law.
What I know about scouts, you know, enemy scouts or barbarian scouts, they don't attack. They just run away, and that's what happened, you know, yeah, in this case. So yeah, that's what happened. The scout ran away. I thought maybe like it was done, and here I'd like to choose a policy. And in the early game, I suggest that you go for +5, you know, unit combat range fighting the barbarian.
It would seem we have finally tracked the barbarian raiders plague.
In the capital, because that's what I went for. Even though production is good, but +1 production early game, I don't think it's that good. So yeah. Right now, I didn't know that there was a barbarian outpost.
Just as our citizens have faith in your leadership, so they are beginning to have faith in a higher power. I think it is wise to cultivate this new way of thinking. Perhaps there is some benefit to be gained.
And then this is where my builder was produced. I thought, why not? You know? And initially I wanted to go, you know, for the elephant camp, but I ended up going, you know, for the salt mining. I ended up going for the salt mining.
When you find yourself in a hole,
Then, you know,
quit
waiting
digging.
for the mining research, you know, to finish. And I noticed that the scout, you know, had a chance to escape because, you know, even the other unit was gone. And from my previous experience, the first place, the unit that it's you know, it's inside the barbarian outpost does not attack, you know. I think it's just a guard. It does not really attack. So yeah. So I ended up building my first mine of salt, you know. This is a larger resource. You can trade it with, you know, other cities, other players. So because I could take one, because the other one, like, it does not really affect the game that much, or my city that much. It's just a bonus resource or extra resource. And this is where, like, I was attacked by, you know, the enemy units. I didn't know where they came from, but I decided to fight back. I wasn't just going to stand by getting attacked. And I ended up buying, you know what, a slinger. I ended up buying a slinger. And then I moved my worker, you know, further down, because if I moved him, you know, back, you know, let's say to the
We have discovered a city-state.
just, you know, next to maybe like
There are
this, maybe
several
get
different
touch,
types
so,
of city-states,
yeah.
and each may provide different
My
benefits in
scout
return for
continued,
our
you know, to
friendship.
scout the place, you know, to see
Our
what's
government, over time, will allow us to earn envoys to grow these relationships.
This is where I met my first city-state, and it was really close to me, you know. City-states are not like players, They're like, you know, I don't know, man, but they're just different, you know. So, what I know about city-states is that, they can be your ally, you know. If you keep on sending envoys to them, you can end up, you know, using their soldiers. You can end up, you know, doing things with them, and they provide you, you know, with like bonuses, you know. And the bonus of this city-state Namador was culture. And if I became a suzerain of this city-state, I was going to get a lot of things: diplomatic favor. You know, I can pay, you know, gold to own the city's militarily. So yeah, things, you know, that could be done, you know, with city-states. And I like this one. I wanted to like close to me. So I thought, why not? Yeah, I don't know why the barbarian, but I know. Of course, the barbarian warrior was very low. And if he attacked, he knew that he was going to be, killed at an instant. So that's why he decided to run. But the slinger decided to stay. And I knew from there that, I call that slinger. The slinger is gone. Because it's very close. Even though it tried to run, it doesn't come to run because at some point in my life. With the other 10, so yeah. I didn't know what the Krogan was, but I decided to build the Krogan. I truly don't know what the Krogan does. I just checked that it produces 3 gold, 1 faith, 1 protection of food, and I was like, okay, it's not that bad. It's not that bad, and I don't regret, building the Krogan. I don't know why the enemy slinger or the barbarian slinger decided to attack, but it had no chance. So I decided to just finish it on the spot. So this was my first, barbarian guild. So yeah. Nothing much was going on besides, the scout or the enemy scout that was in my cities. What I know about the scouts is that once they get to scout your city, let's say there's a barbarian outpost nearby, those warriors will come in flocking and you'll have no time to breathe. You'll just have to produce, warrior after warrior, warrior after warrior, warrior after warrior, warrior after. So I decided not to chase the scout because I knew it was going to be faster. And scouts, I think they move 2 blocks or 3 blocks, per turn. So using warrior wasn't going to catch up to that scout. This is where then I decided to fortify my soldiers so they could just, guard the city. I didn't want to move them because I knew eventually, the enemy units will be coming. So
We have recently gained advanced knowledge in city planning. Creating districts in our cities can be much more powerful and lucrative than simple improvements like farms and mines. We have the opportunity to develop a formal trade route between 2 cities. A trader unit is required to establish such a route, which would be very beneficial for our economy. As our civic knowledge grows, so do our methods of governance. Furthering this endeavor will allow us to appoint a governor to strengthen our power in our cities.
A physician without a knowledge of astrology has no right to call himself. That's the positive aspect of trade, I suppose. The world gets stirred up together.
Yeah, that's when I had the opportunity to change the policies, and I was just checking out the policies, but I thought what I had installed in the early game is very good. So then I decided to look for for the richer spots, for resources that I did not have. And I did not have pals, and I wanted pals. So I was like, why not go somewhere near the pals? I was looking around and I found no place better than the pal. And it was near my other city. So I decided to go there, to go and settle there. It was my decision because I was going to accommodate, I think I was going to accommodate, those two pals, the salt, so they were going to be in my city. And the extra salt, I would use it, for trading. Use it for trading, exchanging gold, or maybe getting extra gold. So now I opened, again my technology tree, trying to see, what I want to research. I wanted to go, with bronze making, but it was a lot of times, 18 times it was a lot of times. So I decided to come down for a bit, and then I went with pottery. And this is when I decided to build the holy site, because faith plays a major role in this game. Okay, I don't know that, but I don't know how, but I know that faith, plays a major role in this game. I was on TikTok when I saw this, There was this other game I mentioned it, it was going for, I don't know, for great profits, influencing, his religion to other, players at this stage. So I'm going to do, more research on what faith does, religion does, So this is when I spotted, the barbarian outpost. And I was like, I didn't know it was very close to me. So I decided to move a bit closer. So when I moved up to me, there's this spearmen, they don't attack. So I said, why not move a little bit closer? And just remove it because it was going to bother me. So I decided to act upon it.
The number of faithful has grown, and it is time for us to define our beliefs. This military unit has proven themselves.
And then this is where, my slinger was attacked, by the barbarian, spearmen. But, I decided to stand firm, And in the process, they got, a promotion. So, yeah. I decided to move them back. So they can heal, because I didn't want to lose them. And then I moved my the game now required me to choose a pantheon.
May I make a suggestion?
What a pantheon does, what is a pantheon? But I saw this one of mines and luxury resources. I went with it because my land was filled with luxury resources such as salt, ivory.
Our people have chosen to create a city along the low coast, within the sound of the ocean's waves.
The faith of the city.
But this is lowland, and will flood if the sea level rises.
Yeah, this is when I decided to settle along the coast. I had to choose production, and I noticed, that most of these things, took a lot of time, especially the units. And I thought, I said, why not monument? Why not build a monument? Because I think, building a builder or building, a warrior was not going to be worth it. But building a monument, it was going to provide, just to culture in the city. And so I went, for a monument. And now the main focus, it was defeating this barbarian, outpost. I don't know why, but the warriors, decided to charge, and that's why I decided, to upgrade my slinger. And I took, the warriors and attacked, the spearmen. And also my warriors, they got a promotion. Then I was looking for my 10. I think I was going to defeat them easily.
I thought clay must feel happy in the good potter's hand.
With the spearmint was going to be easy, but I was scared because I thought, that spearmint was going to, kill all of, the slinger. But the slingers survived, They survived, and I decided to move them back a little bit. And then I pushed my warriors forward. But before I
Pericles των Ατενών ειμι, καί δεξιούμαι σε επέτες δημοκρατίας.
Let me just move them forward. And this is where I met my first player, Pericles. I think it was Greece, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was Greece. So my first player, and when I looked at the map, of my city, so but it didn't matter. Or maybe it did. Because the amount of units that came after, there were a lot. So here was when I decided to defeat that or to take over that outpost. Because if I let it be, it was going to produce more soldiers, it was going to produce more units, and they were going to bother me, probably progressing in the game. So that's why I decided to eliminate the outpost before I could attack the unit. And this is when my scout was surrounded. I almost gave up on my scout. I thought there was no way out because it was just really surrounded, and seemed as if there was no way out. Seemed like there was no way out. And I had to decide for a minute what was going to happen. Yes, I don't know what I was doing here, but I thought there was another city, city state that it sold, but I didn't notice it was me at first. Didn't notice it was me. So, but I ended up realizing, no, this to be me. So this is why I noticed that, the horse unit, a little health level. So why not attack, the horse unit? Why not attack your horse unit? That's when I decided to move a little bit south, Maybe I would be successful in that. I was trying my luck, but I really noticed, that horseman, because I knew he was going to be an easy target. Coming back to my city, that's when I decided to build a shrine, It was going to, help me produce the Greek prophets, help me spread the religion that I chose, So more cities could follow my religion, So the shrine was very important, It was going to help me produce more faith and produce a great prophet. This is where I noticed that one of my cities, it was under attack, there were many soldiers around it. So I decided, to exit the game. And then We'll continue to the next episode, guys. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see what happens in the next episode. Thank you for watching very much, and don't forget to subscribe and like to the channel.